hours, actually. Good morning. We're a household getting ready. We have eye doctor's appointments today. I made an appointment and realized, in preparation for the new school year to start, I set up appointment for the boy to get his eyes checked and decided, hey, I need my eyes checked too. So we're going to go get our eyes checked. I know for sure he needs new glasses. We're going to try to get new glasses and specifically get glasses that have the blue light protection in them, because he'll be staring at the computer for days on end, right? To make sure that I was live with you. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, tea timers. Where you at? I'm on time. Why aren't you on time? Where are you at? So today, good morning, Mother. Good morning. Oh, Adrian, I'm so glad you're here because I got to report back. I have to report my findings, right? Good morning, Alicia and Pam. I need to report the findings. First, I want to, first of all, forgive me for any of the noise in the background, but life is happening right now. We've got stuff going on, trying to get ready for getting out of here to the eye doctor. But first, good morning, Steve. I want to talk about politics. We're going to be politicking every day this week, and every day, every week until time for us to prove our stance, prove our value, prove our valuing ourselves, the citizenry, the states, our families, everybody. Just whatever. We got to prove something to somebody so we can take back this world of ours. We need to take it back. I enjoyed yesterday's speeches. How did you guys feel about it? I honestly finally felt passion that I had not, saw passion that I had been looking for. I feel like I really liked Kamala's energy. I really liked her energy. I liked what she shared about herself. I liked that she shared who she is as a person, what she has fought for. And that child shouted out. She shouted out the AKAs, Alpha Kappa Alpha, sorority. She shouted out the HBCUs. I love that her stepchildren call her Mamala. That is so cute. That's such a me thing to do. I love that. I love her connection with everyone that she considers family. Good morning, Tanisha. Everyone that she considers family. I have not been connected much with Kamala Harris. Like, I didn't know much about her. And I've seen all of the negative things that you guys have seen. And I've not seen much positive, but I've seen very negative things about her. And I am so glad, so happy with how she presented herself yesterday. I'm so happy with that, and I feel good. I feel good about this. And I finally yesterday saw some glimpse of hope of success. I was very happy. How did you guys feel about the speeches? How did you guys feel about how she presented herself? I cannot wait to see Biden. I hope Biden just brings it home. I think that both Obamas did what they needed to do, in my opinion. This is only my opinion, of course, right? I feel like the Obamas, and they went up until Kamala, prepared us to hear Kamala, prepared us, not you and me, because we were already ready, but prepared everybody else to be able to have open minds when they listened to her. Both Obamas were like the grandmama at the table, the parents at the table saying, look, we don't have time for you to be playing at this table. Get to the table and listen. Get to class and listen. Participate. Do what you're supposed to do. And then Kamala comes in as the teacher. And we've all been prepared to go to class. We've all been told how we are supposed to act, what we are supposed to do, how it is our responsibility to act and do as such. And then the teacher comes in and gives us the lesson. And I feel like that's what both Obamas were doing. And now I appreciate more as I'm thinking about how they set things up for Kamala and how they set things up for Biden. And I'm realizing that the passion that I mean, I loved both of their speeches. I did. I thought Michelle did a fantastic job, and I thought that Barack did a fantastic job. Like they're my friends, right? Oh yeah, Michelle and Barack. But I really feel now after hearing Kamala, like, there's the passion. There's what I wanted to see. There's the energy that I needed to see. Sorry, hold on one second. No, you may not have that. Drink some water. So I feel good. I feel good. Good morning, Rose. Good morning, Rose. And I texted 30330. If you text 30, I think it's 30330. You want to figure out how to get involved, text 30330 and text whatever you want. I mean, you could just say hi. They're going to send you a message back and say, hey, how do you want to be involved? Do you want to volunteer? Do you want to donate? Or do you want to just get updates? Or do you want all of these? So you can right now today text 30330. I think that's what it was. I hope I'm telling you the right thing, the right numbers. I think it's 30330. Text it and choose how you want to be involved. Whether it is that you just want to get updates, that you want to volunteer, or that you want to donate, or that you want to do all three. Now, for the update. You guys remember that we were having a dating conversation, right? Are we dating? So Adrian gave us a wonderful interview question for when we go on dates, right? And I said that I was going to pose that question. Hold on, let me go to this comment. The presentation of all the women yesterday, and especially the one from Arizona who had been shot, who spoke to how she had to work for each word, said volumes. Already did text on Monday night. Fantastic. I heard on Monday night about the texting, and then I didn't catch the number, so I'm glad that I did it yesterday. And I was moved to do it yesterday. I loved it. Yeah. Yesterday was great. I think yesterday was the best. To me, yesterday was the best of the 3 days so far. Now I just hope that Biden brings it home. Bring it home, man. Bring it home. So I'm trying to give me 1 second. I'm trying to get to the comment that we were supposed to, our question for new people that we date, right? The question that needs to be asked. And I did. I posted on my post in my messages. And I want to just say I was not surprised at the responses. I was not surprised. Where's the question? Where is it? Hold on. Oh, here we go. Okay. So remember we were talking about dating and how in the world do you realize, how in the world when you meet people, what do you do? What's the one thing you should ask them? The one important question. And Adrian said, which was very funny, this is what we should be asking. Have you been working through your traumas to bring yourself to a place where you're able to grow and thrive with someone else? That's what we should ask people. So I posed that question. And I was not surprised, but I was disappointed by the responses. It's as if people don't understand what that question is saying. One person comes back and says, what do you mean? Past relationships? Like, is that the only thing that you think of as a trauma? That's the only thing. I said, no, trauma could be anything. It could be past relationships. It could be, childhood issues, family issues, failed jobs, whatever. It could be anything. The point is, have you worked through your trauma? It's not what was your trauma, but have you worked through your trauma so that you're not bringing your trauma to the table with everybody else and putting your trauma on me? You're projecting onto me, right? That's the whole point. See, I'm pulling up this post. So, I've had responses Where one person says, I'm trying, seems all I meet are scams, or they're 1,000 miles away. How is that you trying to work through your trauma? What does that even mean? Did you understand the question? This is the problem. You ask people. People are on these dating sites. They're interested in meeting someone. You ask them a serious question. Have you done your work on you? And now I got people coming back to my what work? I don't need to do no work. So, okay, swipe left. So my response was, the question is more about what work you have done towards personal growth and understanding of self in order that you are able to be present and mindful with anyone else. It's not reliant on whether someone else is real or has done the work. It's about you. Right. Thank you, Adrian. Dating people is not working through your trauma. What did you do prior? Have you worked through your trauma so that you are ready to date? This man talking about, well, back up, trauma. Like, yes, trauma, man, trauma. So clearly you don't understand it. You don't understand that everybody has trauma. You are not the person for me. That's what it is. I have another one whose response was, a couple of people didn't respond. A couple of people didn't respond. So another person says, oh, I'm an energy man. So I always had those abilities to thrive with someone off of energy. Did that answer the question? Did that answer the question? I said, have you worked through your trauma so that you are ready to be able to work with somebody off of their energy? Past trauma? I don't have any trauma. Yes, Negro, you have trauma. Everybody has trauma. And now, some people's trauma is not as traumatic as other people's trauma, but everybody has trauma. How could you possibly get through 40, 50, 30, 20, 10 years of your life without having trauma? How? Another person says, I don't have trauma going on. So I realized, okay, yeah, what this question does, it very effectively weeds through people that are not in touch with themselves enough to understand the question. If you are not in touch enough to understand the question, it doesn't matter how you answered. If you didn't understand it, maybe we aren't the ones who need to be talking to each other. I need you to understand what I'm asking you. Good morning, Suli. Everybody, let's right now. I see Suli. I see you here, Suli. Thank you so much for showing up. I know you got a lot of stuff on your mind today, a lot of stuff that you're dealing with today. So you guys know that I'm not in California anymore, but anyway, we have the fires going on in California. So I want you to keep all of our California family and friends and their family and friends, because you might not even know them. But keep them lifted, please. Suli is right there next to it. The fire is knocking on her door. She was going to possibly have to be evacuated, but wasn't. So let's keep her lifted. Keep her lifted, and her community, her neighborhood lifted. Everybody in California lifted, and pray for them so that they remain safe. The California fires are not to be messed with. There's no joke. I see Pam says, then give examples of what you mean, how you resolved your issues. But you know what, Pam, the thing is, if we can't even get to the point of you understanding what a trauma is, or that you have traumas, I don't want to start getting into examples of my traumas. I just really don't feel like you're worthy of the conversation. If you start off with, I ain't got traumas, you're not worthy of the conversation. What you have to understand, Kai, is unless people relate to the question has no value, right? And that's the thing. That's why it's a really good question. That's why I love our youngin' at the table offering up some wisdom, because if you cannot connect with the value of this question, you are not going to connect with me. So possibly, I don't care if we could go out dancing together. I don't care if you're a cool person. I like that you're a doctor or a lawyer or whatever. I like your job. I like what you do, your community, whatever. If you're a community activist, you probably understand about trauma. If you can't connect to this question, I can't connect to you. So it's a very good question. It was a test, really, a test of, how will people say they are ready to date, but you haven't done the work on yourself. How are you ready to date? You don't even understand the things in your life that have caused you to be not the best dating partner in the past, right? You have not grown. You have not grown. And if you're not focused on your own personal growth, how can we grow together? How can you be ready to come with me and grow with me if you have not focused on growing on your own? You can't be ready to come to the table to meet somebody else, to go out with somebody else, to really explore a partnership with someone else when you have not explored those things, good and bad, about yourself. And if you can't speak to that, you haven't done the work. I need you to have done the work. We're not young. I mean, we're young. We're young. But we're not in our early teens and 20s. Adrian says people that don't understand that personal trauma is a spectrum of experience will think you're overreacting to your experiences and therefore won't validate your life challenges, and they won't help lift you up. And they obviously haven't done their work. Exactly. Look at Adrian coming to the table, schooling us. I love it when the young folks can school us. Exactly, Adrian. Exactly. And it's such a great question. I would have never thought to lead with that question, but I need to lead with the deeper questions. I need to understand, how deep can you go? How deep can you go? Maybe we will weed through the mess and get to someone of substance because they have done their work and they don't have a problem admitting that they've done their work. I had one person that responded that I thought was possibly, when I explained to him, well, no, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this. I thought that maybe I would be able to engage in further conversation with him. But after his last response, trauma, ? Okay. I don't want to school you. I want you to have already gotten your education. I want to grow with you. I don't want to teach you. I don't want to teach you how to grow. I want you to be focused on growing. Now, if you're focused on growing and self-reflection and digging into yourself and digging into your own crap, if you're focused on that, I don't have a problem helping. I don't have a problem because I'm still working on me. We're working on ourselves together, right? Side by side, we can work on ourselves. But I need to understand that you're actually working on yourself, because people who aren't focusing on working on themselves are the people who blame everybody else for everything that has gone wrong in their lives. Those are the people who don't take responsibility for the crazy chick that they dated. You dated her. Was she crazy when you dated her? Was she crazy when you were married to her for 15 years? What part did you play in the demise of your relationship? What part did you play? And can you speak to that honestly? Or every time that you speak to why a relationship fell apart, is there always this underlying theme of it was her fault? Never, I didn't listen to my wife, or I didn't listen to my girlfriend enough. I was not present. I was so focused on myself that I didn't think to focus on her, or I didn't remember to focus on her. I didn't hear her when she was telling me that she felt ignored. I didn't value her concerns, or whatever the issue is, or his. I wasn't there for him. I didn't respond as the way he needed to respond. I didn't show love the way that she received love, or the way that he received love. Instead of saying, well, he didn't do this and she didn't do that. He didn't do, she didn't do, and then she did this and then he did that. Yeah, well, what did you do? It's like when I'm talking to my kids when they were younger, and they would say, Ma, he did. Okay, well, what did you do? Let's start there. What did you do? Elaine says, the question is, what site are you on that folks don't understand the question? Mama, that don't matter. That's all of them sites for real. People want to be deep, but don't know how to go deep. These are grown folks, Mama. I mean, and the interesting thing, Mama, is that the people on one site are on all the sites. Everybody, if you got them on one, you got them on all of them. So I don't think it's the site, Mom. I just think it's the people. I just think it's what we're dealing with out there. Craziness. That's what it is. Craziness. People who say they're ready to date, but they're not ready to date. They're not ready because they're too busy looking for the answers outside of themselves. You know what's so funny? I had a dream yesterday. And I woke up and I thought, wow, this is just, I don't interpret dreams, but I do sometimes feel that some of the things that I dream about are kind of powerful, right? So I had this dream and I don't know where I was because, in dreams, you're like on top of Mount Everest somewhere. You will never be on top of Mount Everest, but in a dream, you might be on top of Mount Everest at a restaurant, right? I don't know where I was. But I was reaching to, I think the feeling that I was having in this dream is that I was reaching for love and comfort. I was reaching for a connectedness. And I think that in the dream, initially the thought was I'm reaching for this love and comfort and connectedness with a significant other. That's what the idea was driving the dream, right? And then I felt a hand and I immediately felt comforted. I immediately felt love, connected, joy, and I felt a calm when I reached over the mountain. I don't know where the hell I was reaching, but when I reached wherever I was reaching and I felt someone else's hand connecting to me and the energy and everything that was there, right? And then in a couple of moments, I felt so connected to this person, so in love with this person, so just a peace over me. This is all in my dream. I felt a peace over me. And then I realized that I had somehow reached out and grabbed my own hand. Because it's a dream and we can do like contortionism, right? I had reached out for someone and that someone reached back and held my hand, but I was finding the comfort and the love and the joy and the everything in myself. I had grabbed my own hand, not an outside force. And I think that I'm not a dream interpreter. I'm not. But that dream is speaking to me right now. That dream is really speaking to me. That this is what I have done. This is the work that I have been doing. It's validation of all of this work. It's validation of my connection with you guys at the table, that what you're looking for, you already have. It's already within you. And if you've done the work on your traumas and you understand, if you don't need a definition of trauma, come sit at my table. If you talking about dating me. You don't need me to define for you exactly what trauma is. And you can take that word and you can decide for yourself what your trauma has been, because your trauma is not going to be the same as my trauma. One person's trauma may be that they got raped when they were younger. Another person's trauma may be that their daddy didn't love them the way they wanted them to be loved. Another person's trauma may be that they were in a war-torn country and had to live in tents. Another person's trauma may just be that they were the sibling, the middle child that got ignored by everybody. Everybody's trauma is not the same. And I don't get to define trauma for you. You define what's your trauma. You define that thing in your life that was traumatic for you. And I don't get to say, oh man, that's not trauma. You think that's trauma? Let me tell you about trauma. No, that's their trauma. And when you understand that you have trauma, that's when you can come and talk to me about taking me out for a drink. We don't need to talk about our trauma, but I need to know that you recognize that you do have trauma, regardless of what privilege. Exactly. Trauma is unique to everyone, but all trauma is valid. Exactly. Hold on, let's see. Yeah, I'm okay with myself. And now you know the truth of where to start. Right. Start with yourself. That's my dream. I'm telling you that some of my dreams are so powerful. I remember them for years and years and years, and I'm gonna remember that one because, girl, grab your own hand, comfort yourself. Stop looking for it outside of yourself. Find it in yourself. Let's see. Hold on. Let me make sure I get to all the comments. Being black in America, yeah, that's trauma. Being a woman in America, that's trauma. And sometimes being a privileged person in America is traumatic. Sometimes it is. Everybody has trauma. Everybody has trauma. Your trauma is not worse than my trauma. Your trauma is not more problematic, more traumatic. It is not. We do not need to sit at the table and say, oh, but you had, well, look at what I had. Oh, you suffered that way. Well, I suffered this way. So what? We all suffered. Your suffering is not worse than my suffering. Your suffering is suffering just like my suffering is suffering. But understand that we all have suffered, because this is the key. This is the key for me. Somebody who does not recognize their own trauma will not show grace or have the capacity to show enough grace, or enough of the capacity to show enough grace to someone whose trauma may rear its ugly head at times in the relationship. Someone who doesn't recognize that everybody has trauma, including themselves, is not going to have the patience to see a relationship through. Is not going to have the focus, the mindfulness, the understanding, the compassion. That's not the person you need to be with, because that person's going to be like, that bitch is crazy. No, that bitch got trauma. I don't use the word bitch, okay, on a regular basis, but, just to solidify this point here, because that's what they will be saying about us or about him. That fool. No, he's not a fool. Sometimes he might be foolish. Sometimes he actually might be a fool, but maybe his trauma is speaking. And have you worked enough through your trauma to be able to recognize that maybe that's some past trauma that's coming up? And is he working on it? So they have to recognize it and be working on it. Because we ain't going to just be sitting around and get beat up because your past trauma rearing its ugly head and you don't even accept that you have past trauma. Can't do that. I think that's the thing, guys. That's the thing. That's what it is. So I'm going to end on that note. Adrian, thank you so much. And Adrian and Suli, y'all got gifts coming from me. Adrian, you get that sample that I still haven't sent you. But look, I finally did find a container. I'm going to send it to you. This is your shaving cream. I can't wait for you to try it. I hope you shave, because if you don't shave your legs, then you're not going to have anything to do with this. It's really nice. And Suli, you're going to get some too. I have birthday gift for Suli and prize for Adrian. You're getting it. It's coming. I'm sorry that it's very late, but it's coming. It's coming. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for being here today. I'm going to get off right on time today. Exactly. Look, Rose, you right on time. I'm going to get off right on time today, especially because I have... I love you, Adrian. I love you, Adrian, for real. That's the white daughter I never had. She said, I shave. I'm not that white girl. Love you, Adrian. Love you. But you could have waxed. That's what I meant. Yeah, right. Steve, I'm assuming that this question, that your statement, so you won't be going out anytime soon, is because I need people to deal with their trauma. But I'm going to get off now because I have to get some work done before I have to run out to an eyeglass appointment, eye appointment. So I don't have time to have an extra couple of minutes today. So thank you so much, guys, for showing up and showing out always. I absolutely appreciate you. Suli, please make sure to, I'm going to follow you Make sure, I know you have to be careful what you post so you don't freak your mama out, but please update us on the page. Let us know that you are safe. Please, and thank you. If you need anything, please reach out to the table. We got your back, Suli. We have your back. We're there for you and Z. So make sure that if you need anything, hell, if you need a place to stay, I'll tell my kids to move over. They got an extra bedroom. So make sure that you keep us posted. And anyone else, I don't think there's anyone else that's close to the fires in California. So let us know what you need. Let us know how we can help. If you need any help at all, don't be shy. And I'm saying that to Suli right now, but I'm actually really reminding myself right this moment to say that to everybody at this table. Don't be shy at this table. If you need something, please let us know. You don't have to reach out publicly. You can reach out privately. I will not put your business on Front Street. I will just reach out to the table on your behalf without your name or situation mentioned. But if there's ever anything that you need, food, utilities paid, some love, a hug, whatever it is that you need, if you need it and somebody at the table can help you, we will do that. That's what we're here for. We're here to support everybody at this table and build our community strong. Okay? Thank you so much for being here. Suli, stay safe. Wash your hands. Wear your mask. Keep your distance. Suli holds everything down. Holds it all down over and over again. If you need help with your water bill later, let us know. But holds it down. All right, stay safe. I'll see you here tomorrow. Same time, same place. Have a great day.